Hey guys, so we're just going to talk about these broadheads that we got right now, and Michaela is going to talk about what she shot her deer with, and then I'll talk about what I shot mine with, and then the other ones that we like and what we carry, and just kind of do a quick review. So I'll let Michaela take it away with what she punched hers with.
So I am shooting a Max 33, Martin Max 33 with about 55 pounds right now. My bow really liked these hybrid swats. They are the fixed broadheads, but also can be shot as a mechanical broadhead. They are 100 grains. These ones specifically that I shoot 100 grains. But yeah, my bow specifically just flew true, compared to the field tips to these 100 grains hybrids SWAT broadheads. So yeah, I took the shot at about 15 yards and it went exactly where I wanted to. One thing I do like about these is the fact that they can be switched from a fixed broadhead to a mechanical broadhead. With that being said, these are 2 3/8 4-blade total cutting edge, and they have this rubber band. If you can see right around the, sorry, a little lint, right around the this red right here. What that does is, so this right now is set at a fixed broadheads. They have little screws right here, I don't know if you can tell, kind of right here in the middle on the side that you screw down, that you can set it at a fixed broadheads, or you can make it a mechanical. So what that does is it pulls the rubber band. This one's really hard.
I didn't loosen it up. It's still in the fixed position, but.
So with that being said, the rubber band, you don't have to do anything, put the rubber band over it. It has these little slots on the blade itself that you can just flip the blade up and the rubber band automatically goes around it. With the SWAT broadheads, they're A4s. They are really good broadheads too as well. But when you shoot the A4s, it cuts the rubber band as it expands, being a mechanical broadhead. What I like about these is if you do shoot them in the mechanical broadhead position, once it comes out, it literally slides the rubber band down, so it doesn't necessarily cut the rubber band right away, meaning that it can be used again if needed. So that's a really good, feature about these two as well.
And you shot these out to 40 yards,
yeah,
when you were sighting in, just to make sure, and they were spot on in the fixed position. You didn't even shoot them mechanical, did you?
No, I did not. I shot them fixed, just because my bow liked it that way. They were shooting really true fixed blades.
Yeah, I shot these two and in the fixed position, and they shot phenomenal for me as well. And my bow hates fixed blades, and they shot awesome for me. I was really happy with them, and I think they actually even come with some extra rubber bands.
They do. They come with 5 extra rubber bands too as well. So that way, if you do cut it, if something happens, you do have replaced rubber bands to put on there too. And they're not hard. Like I said, the rubber bands just go right around this little, they have a little groove in there, right around this red piece. And yeah, it's pretty good mechanical broadhead, and fixed too as well.
I think that broadhead is actually better shot in the fixed position, and it definitely can be used as a mechanical. And I shot my porcupine with it in the mechanical, and it shot phenomenal. But it flies so true in the fixed position that I don't see why you would even worry about the mechanical position, and just leave it fixed.
So they do come 3 in a pack. So yeah, pretty phenomenal broadheads.
And then we always have the Montec. Everybody knows the Montec. It's probably one of the strongest fixed blades on the market. Solid block construction. I mean, these things are made out of a solid block of stainless steel. All of the broadheads that we carry are all 100 grain. That's what everybody around here shoots. So I shot these out of my bow, and I think you even shot these out of your bow to see how they flew, and they flew great out of yours.
Yep.
My bow, no bueno. They didn't fly very well out of mine. But like I said in my other videos, I shoot big poundage, so that didn't work well for me. My tried and true and the only broadhead, other than the hybrid, being the hybrid's brand new out from SWAT, my go-to is the A4. This is the only broadhead that you'll ever find in my quiver. This thing, 100 grains. If I die tomorrow, they better put one of these in my casket. It's just, it just is what it is. It is a 2-inch entry, and also a 4-blade entry, 8-blade exit. So this one, if I can, I don't have the rubber band on it, but if you guys can see, this is how it flies. And then upon entry, these two will kick out to like this, and then these two open up to like that. So this thing, as it flies, with these two like so, this thing is the most devastating and field point accurate broadhead. And the only reason that I will claim field point accuracy is I do not shoot these as testing my broadheads. I sight my bow in with my field points, 100 grain field points, to 100 yards. When I'm done with my field points, I screw these on and I hang my bow up. I took a 97-yard shot at a deer this year with this broadhead and had a complete pass through or 96 yards, right? Yeah. 96 yards, complete pass through, and the deer went 30 yards. Yeah. I think 30 yards before it tipped over. If that's not a testament of how well these fly, then I don't know what to tell you. They are an absolute hammer as far as accuracy. It hit exactly where I wanted it to, and the wound was not suitable for children. Let's just say that. I've got pictures, and I'm not going to put them on here. The guys that have stopped into the shop have seen them, and they're pretty gruesome. They did some hellacious damage. So that's the A4 by SWAT, 100 grain. So then on to the Battle Axe. This is a new broadhead that we got in here. This thing is considered a 2-blade, but it's really a 4. So not much, right? This thing is 100 grains. I think it's a 1/2 inch, which is not legal in this state, until you catch the 2 blade and this thing opens up to a bevel. It's got a rubber band that's a retention here at the bottom that keeps this thing opened up like this airplane. And this rubber band actually slides up and holds right here on this point, so allowing this thing to open up fully like this. So you have this blade and then this blade. I haven't got to shoot these yet, but they claim field point accuracy, and that thing is claiming 2-inch diameter on the cut. So looks to be like a pretty devastating, and it's got a see-through on through the channel, through the ferrule right there. So it's definitely going to bleed pretty crazy. So 5 of those coming in a pack, 100 grain, 5 packs through Battle Axe. And then the last one, these ones, I don't remember the name on these ones. These have a weirdly sharp edge, kind of like the Battle Axe, except they have a sharpened edge. And they have their retention blade up there, but these are very, very sharp on the tip, and then when they open up, are going to open to a fluted blade like this with also a 2 1/4 inch cutting diameter, winged out like so. Also 100 grain with the flute through the middle, so opening up a bleed channel. Pretty crazy, all mostly expandables. A lot of guys, they really do like the expandable version of the Broadhead. I am a true believer in expandables. I know there's a lot of guys that are die-hard. They don't like the expandable. I'm not here to sway you one way or the other. That's why we have fixed blade also. The luck that I've had from west side to east side with the expandables and in the SWATs is unmatched. I mean, it just is absolutely devastating to the game that I've put arrows through. The longest distance that I've seen something go is 40, maybe 45 yards, and most everything has had a complete pass through if I didn't stick it in a shoulder. I did stick one in a shoulder, but it went completely through the shoulder, through a rib, and out the rib on the front, and was sticking about 4 inches out the front brisket. But the arrow, it was still sticking through. But it was a clean through and through, but the arrow did hung up by the fletching. But it just absolute carnage that these broadheads do, and pulled it through and put the arrow and broadhead right back in the quiver. I mean, there was no damage to the broadhead, and set and ready to go for the next day. So, well, that's my take on the broadheads, Michaela's take on the broadhead, and if you guys have questions on that, would like to get some more info, I'd love to hear your guys' take on it. Comment if you want to hear, or I'd love to get some more info on some other broadheads. Schwackers. That's what those are, Schwackers. I know that we're probably going to bring in Wasp. I talked with a rep the other day, and we heard some good things about them as well. So we don't have them very prominent on the West Coast, but we're going to bring them in. But anyways, get a hold of us, 360-304-9103, or follow us on Facebook at TNS Archery Outdoors. All right, thanks.